What's up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee, and welcome back to the channel. So I am back with another reaction video. Now this is from a Chicago voter who is not really too fond of Kamala Harris. So I want to get your thoughts on what you think about what she had to say. Definitely chime in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts on this one. I'm definitely going to give my 2 cents. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell. Y'all know what it is, but definitely chime in on this particular video. I want to hear what you have to say. So let's get into it. Here we go.
A Chicago voter, P. Ray Easley. P. Ray Easley is a strong voice to listen to. She's been speaking out lately. P. Ray, what's your reaction to this report? What do you think of this new agenda to get the black vote from Kamala Harris? Many people, including in states like California, who've seen moves like this, these ideas, have said, wait a second, all taxpayers, black voters too, will have to pay for it. Trillions of dollars in tax hikes to pay for it.
Well, I think that this is absolute pandering. I think that because black men have decided that they are moving on from the Democratic Party, as well as black women, now they want to throw these pie in the sky ideas at us. The pandering is absolutely insulting and very disrespectful. I think that if they spoke to us like regular Americans rather than a charity that must be pitied, then they would get further, but they don't respect us enough to speak to us like full Americans.
Listen, chime in on what she just said, because she said a mouthful. And you know, I kind of feel that too. I feel like they're pandering to us to get our votes, as opposed to really just talking to us and giving us a clear idea of what their plans are. It's like all of these, like she said, pie in the sky things are coming out at the end, because now you know you need votes. The same way Obama came out and talked to the men, like in a sense, like you're their daddy, you know, almost scrutinizing them for not just going with the flow. And I think that that's something to be said about that. Why do black people have to be scrutinized and talked to like they're your children? Like this is something they don't have to vote the way you want them to vote. And I think that's what's a turnoff to a lot of individuals, especially black women and black men, who are saying, listen, we're not voting for Biden. We're not doing that. We're tired of the same old politics as usual. We're not just going to go with the fact that you're trying to tell that we should vote Democrat. No, you don't have to vote Democrat because you're black. And I think they're so used to that working to now it's to the point where it doesn't seem like it's quite working quite the way they would like it to. It's almost like you got to come spank them or slap them on the wrist to make them get it together and shape up and do what we need you to do, so we can benefit from this, you know, because honestly, I mean, even with all of these elections, a lot of the times the politicians are the ones who benefit. Other countries benefit. We're like the pawns in all of this, in my opinion. I go back to old clips from the 70s of politicians saying the same old things that they're still saying in 2024. And nothing has majorly changed. They've been talking about a healthcare bill and all of these things for as long as I can recall, dating back even to the 70s, where they was talking about a universal health plan back then, talking about the same talking points from years ago, where they're still talking the same things, and we just keep voting, and nothing is really changing. Nothing is really changing that will benefit this country and the citizens as a whole. So I think we have to pay more attention to who we're voting in, what their policies are, what they're promising, and do a little bit more deeper process than just voting for somebody that looks like us or because they tell us to vote a certain way. And I think people are fed up. And especially in what we're seeing happening now, it's a reason why a lot of black women and men are looking at this and taking a second look and saying, hold on, we're not just gonna vote because you're black. That just doesn't make any sense when we're looking at the things that are happening, and it's not good. That's just my thoughts, but let's continue.
And then you got this. The Wall Street Journal is now breaking news that Kamala Harris campaign says her new handout, you know, the $20,000 loans, $1 million loans, she's now going to open it to all Americans on a race-neutral basis. She's talking government bailouts, free loans for everybody, for all entrepreneurs. Everybody's going to have to pay for that, P. Ray.
Well, again, this is all pandering, because initially she said that this was her plan for black men, and then black men did not take the bait. So now she wants to broaden that pandering to everyone. And again, we know from history that she's not going to do anything. All spending packages have to go through the Congress, and so she doesn't get to decide whether or not she's going to give $20,000 to 300 million people. It's absolutely asinine, and I think that the issue is that they're focused more on performative action actions than actually giving us policies, because although she said that she's moving on, she's still a part of the Biden-Harris campaign. So she is actually giving us her indictment on her former position, and we believe that, again, we deserve better than her. We are not voting for Kamala Harris. It's over, Democratic Party. Black America has moved on. You guys have been way too disrespectful, and the illegals were the straw that broke the camel's back. We're done, especially here in the great city of Chicago.
Listen, I get what she's saying, because it's like a slap in the face, and I just think that, once again, I said this too, it's like the pandering was just too much. You bring out Beyonce to swindle people who are fans of Beyonce. Beyonce is not a politician. She's an entertainer. Not everybody is influenced by a Beyonce, but for the ones who are, they're using that, bringing out these different celebrities and all of a sudden saying you're going to do things for black men, and just to get the black men on board, because we know that you need the black vote, the black male vote. And when you realize you were low in that area, we're going to give this to black men. We're going to do this for black men. And then when they didn't just bow down, we're going to do it for everybody. So people don't feel ill. It's too much going on, in my opinion. And it's very strange. And once again, I'm not telling anybody how to vote how you deem fit. But what I'm just saying, you gotta at least, even if you are for Kamala, you gotta see that this is a bit strange. That why is all this pandering going on? Why can't you just say what your politics are, what you're gonna do, point out your plans and things of that nature? Why does it always have to go to this moment, of bringing out celebrities to try to influence black people? Because they know that a lot of black people are influenced by celebrities. So let's bring out Meg Thee Stallion. Let's bring out Beyonce. Let's bring out Barack Obama, because he's good at speeches. Let's bring out all these people who you think that these people will respect. And if we bring them out, they're just going to automatically vote for us. I think that is very insulting to black people. But at the same time, I can understand why. Because we are in a culture where that seems to be where people are, and that's what people respect. And so I could see why they think that that's okay, because it's been working in the past. That's not all black Americans. A lot of people are not influenced by celebrity and will not just vote based because you're saying something good or pulling out some celebrity. That's just not going to cut it. And I think it's been working for so long, and they're on a, they just believe that this is what will work. Let's do it. And now that it's not, they're kind of like panicking in a sense, so we don't know how this election is going to turn out. But, I think it's, just moving forward, I think it's important to just focus on the candidates, their policies, and vote for people who have, the policies that are in your best interest, and not just on identity. Let's continue.
I say that because for generations, my people, the American Negro people, we've been in this country paying taxes for generations. Never have we ever been offered this type of resources, this type of grace. When my grandparents came up to Chicago from Mississippi, they lived in a boxcar for the first time, when they had to come here. No one gave us a luxury apartment. My people had to get it out the dirt, and we were American citizens. There's no reason that illegals should be able to come over here and feast off of our tax dollars. That's not why we go to work.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Now, I don't think anybody could disagree with that. What she's saying is the truth. And it is a slap in the face to all American citizens to have people who are not citizens come over and benefit from the tax dollars that you have paid into. Veterans and people who are from this country, who fought for this country, cannot get that same type of attention or benefits, which is insane to me. This is why they're turning away from voting for Democrats, because this is happening under their watch. No matter how much they try to spin it and put it on Trump, the Democrats, Biden and Harris, are in office now while all this is happening, and they're not really speaking to how they're going to change it because it's their policies. Let's continue.
Why people are paying attention to you, sitting up and taking notice of everything you're saying, P. Ray. You say it beautifully, eloquently, and succinctly. P. Ray Easley, please come back soon. It was a pleasure having you on.
Thank you, and please support us at chicagored.org as we turn Chicago and the entire country red.
Listen, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. I don't think she told any lies. There was no lies detected. I think she was spot on with that, and I think that's a concern that a lot of citizens have, as they should. We as citizens, we have a right to be concerned concerned about the state of this country and what we're seeing happening. And that's just that. And there shouldn't be any shaming or putting people down for their concern about what's going on and the current administration that is happening under. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.